Hello, my dear children and parents. Welcome to Indus Valley Public School Raj e-learning classes, class 9th, where we will do revision of lesson number 6 from your Beehive book, and the name of the lesson is My Childhood. This lesson is based on APJ Abdul Kalam. He has taken this extract from Wings of Fire. Here we are going to study about APJ Abdul Kalam's autobiography, Wings of Fire. It describes the childhood days of Kalam in a very simple but vivid manner. Kalam talks about the people, the incidents and the experiences that he had during his childhood which shaped his adult life. It is written in a very humble and a modest manner and is very inspirational. He talks about his childhood days in his autobiographical, where some incidents that left an indelible impression on his young mind. He described his family, his house, his childhood experiences, and his childhood friends. Kalam's secure childhood, inspiring parents, supportive friends, and honest teachers instilled great values in him that gave him wings of fire. Wings of fire means thought to be at higher point, to reach at a successful level. Now, about his father, Jalaluddin, his father, who was not very rich, did not have wealth, was not highly educated, but despite these, he was naturally very wise and was generous too. His mother, Ashimma, his mother, great supporter of his father. His mother was also generous and kind-hearted lady. Every day she used to feed a lot of people. She fed a greater number of people from outside than the total number of members in the family. Now coming towards his friends, Ramananda Sastri, son of Pakshi Lakshman Sastri, the high priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Aravindan, business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims. Shiv Prakashan, he was catering contractor for the southern railways. So all of them belonged to very strict Hindu Brahmin families and were ardent followers of their religion. So this is about his friends, his mother and father who were in support of APJ Abdul Kalam. Now we will talk about his teacher, Shiva Subramaniam Iyer, an orthodox Brahmin. Shiva Subramaniam Iyer was Kalam's science teacher in school. He was a very tolerant and broad-minded person. He was a rebel who wished to bring about an transformation in society and was mentally prepared to confront hindrances during this process. He faced challenges even from his own family when his wife refused to serve food to Kalam, who had been invited by Iyer himself. But without losing faith in his belief and caste and religion do not segregate people, he served the child himself. Thus, he reformed his wife not by force but by setting an example. Iyer was also a dedicated teacher who established a good rapport with his students. He encouraged and inspired them as he taught and spent long hours with them. Kalam was born in middle-class Tamil family in Rameshwaram. He had a secure childhood both materially as well as emotionally. His parents, Jalaluddin and Ashima, were very generous people in spite of their limited means of living. Kalam inherited the values of honesty, self-discipline, goodness and kindness from his parents. Kalam's family was rather big, but their kitchen fed far more outsiders than all his family members put together. Their ancestral house was a large pucca house which did not have any essentials, comforts and luxuries. However, Kalam's father made sure that all necessities like food, medicine and cloth were provided to the family. In 1939, when the Second World War broke out, there was a sudden demand for tamarind seeds in the market. Kalam collected these seeds and sold them to earn an anna, which was a big amount for a small boy like him. His brother-in-law, Jalauddin, would tell him stories about war, which Kalam would try to trace in the headlines of Dinamani, a newspaper in that region. Rameshwaram was an isolated place, and the war did not make any direct impact on it except the train's halt at the station was stopped. As a result, the bundle of newspapers were now thrown off running trains. Kalam's cousin Samsuddin, who used to distribute these newspapers in Rameshwaram, sought Kalam's help to catch the bundles. Thus, Kalam got the chance to earn his first wages, which gave him immense self-confidence and a sense of pride. Kalam had three friends, Ramananda Sastri, Aravindram and Shiva Prakashan, who were very close to him. All three were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families, but religion never made any difference to their friendship. Later in life, Ramananda Shastri took over the priesthood of Rameshwaram temple from his father. Aravindram took up the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor from the Southern Railway. Kalam's family used to arrange boat with a special platform during the annual Sri Sita Rama Kalyan ceremony. The platform was used for carrying idols of Lord Rama from the temple of the wedding site Ram Tirtha, which was a pond near Kalam's house. Kalam grew up listening to the stories both from the Ramayana and the life of the Prophet from his mother and grandmother at bedtime. Certain incidents of his childhood left a deep impression on Kalam's young mind. When he was in 5th standard, a new teacher came to his class. I did not like that Kalam, a Muslim boy, was sitting next to Ramananda Sastri, a Brahmin. He sent Kalam to the back seat simply because it was in accordance with the social ranking of Muslims. Both Kalam and Ramananda Sastri felt sad at this action to their teacher. Sastri wept, and this had a deep impact on Kalam. Both the children went home and told respective parents about it. Sastri's father summoned the teacher and told him not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in young minds. He told the teacher to either apologize or leave the school. This made the teacher not only regret his action, but he also reformed. Another memorable incident of his childhood was when Shiva Subramaniam Iyer, Kalam's science teacher, invited him to his house for a meal. Shiva Subramaniam Iyer was an Orthodox Brahmin and his wife was very conservative. She was horrified at the idea of inviting a Muslim boy to dine in her ritually pure kitchen. When she refused to serve Kalam, Iyer did not lose his cool and not only served the boy with his own hands but also sat and ate with him. He invited Kalam the next weekend as well. Noticing Kalam's hesitation in accepting his invitation, Iyer told the child to be prepared to face such situation if he wished to change any system. When Kalam visited Iyer's house again, his wife took him to her kitchen and served him food with her own hands. The freedom of India was in the offering when the Second World War ended. Following Gandhi's plea, the entire nation was hopeful of building their country themselves. Kalam too sought his father's permission to go and study further in Ramanathapuram. His father permitted him willingly because he wanted his son to grow. He even convinced Kalam's mother by telling her that parents should not thrust their ideas upon their children, as they have their own way of thinking, they have their own visions, they have their own missions, their own aims. Let them fulfill their aims. This was the thought of Kalam's father towards their children. So, my dear children, the lesson conclusion is, my childhood gives the message that tolerance, acceptance, broad-mindedness, and brotherhood are essential for an all-round growth. So how come tolerance? Like his science teacher tolerated his wife as she was not accepting a Muslim boy, but he tolerated without saying anything, and he accepted. And this was the broad-mindedness, as all the friends were from Brahmin family. Then also they were having good bond with Abdul Kalam. Okay, so this is the brotherhood. His siblings were great support given to Kalams. Okay, so all these things are very essential for a person to have an all-around development. In order to reform social system, they are infected by prejudice of caste and status. One must be ready to confront obstacles without losing one's cool. Mutual trust and ease of communication help resolve all the hindrance. So my dear children, go through the video. Hope your doubts regarding the lesson will be clear. And now it's a time to say thank you for watching video. Any doubt, please to call me up. Feel free to call. Thank you so much.